What's happening, YouTube? This is Catch These Facts. You know, we got the boys in the building again. You know, we got Black Magic over there just chilling. He ate some bad Chinese food, ladies and gentlemen, so he's a little under the weather. We got Lite Brite over there. And we got my man Guerrero. Today we're going to be talking about the upcoming draft today, and I'm going to try to get these boys' opinions on their top 10 draft picks because I really haven't been paying attention that much, and they got to educate me, and I got to catch these facts myself. So what we're going to start today off with, I'm going to go to Brian first to discuss these top 10 draft picks. Hey, Brian, man, so who you think is going to go top 10 in this draft, man? Who you got going?
All right, so with the number one overall pick is the Arizona Cardinals. We have a trade happening. I have the Oakland Raiders moving up to the number one overall spot to select Nick Bosa out of Ohio State University. Now, we all know that last year that the Oakland Raiders let go of Khalil Mack. They strongly need a defensive pass rush, and I think Nick Bosa can give that to them. Even though he only played 3 games this year and, went down with an injury, he is looking great. You can't pass him up. Look what his brother does when he's healthy. When his brother is healthy, he's unstoppable. I think Nick Bosa is going to be a steal for the Raiders. Now,
let me stop you there real quick.
What's going on, Black Magic?
Let me stop you there real quick. Yeah, I agree with the number one overall pick. Like, don't get me wrong, but you can't sit there and compare him to Joey already.
I'm not trying to compare him. I'm just saying.
Story for another day.
I'm just saying. Just look at what his brother is doing. I'm just saying.
Because you said that, like, when he's healthy, like his brother, like he could do nothing.
I mean, yeah, but in his first 3 games, what he was doing and what he has done. I mean.
All right, keep on going with it.
All right, what's up with the number 2, man? What you got?
So with the number 2 overall pick, I have the 49ers taking Josh Allen, linebacker, Kentucky. They need a pass rush. I mean, especially with the division that they're in, they have to deal with Russell Wilson and et cetera, et cetera. Now, with 3rd overall pick, I have the Jets taking Quentin Adams, the defensive tackle out of Alabama. It makes sense. They run a 3-4. Quentin Adams is a really good defensive tackle. It works out. Pans out for them. Now, like I said, Oakland and the Cardinals trade picks, with the Cardinals going to the 4th round pick, and I have the Cardinals taking Kyler Murray out of OU.
Going number 4 overall, you mean?
Going number 4 overall. I think the Cardinals drop down. They get Kyler Murray at the number 4 overall, and Oakland gives the Cardinals the 27th overall pick to move up to the 1st round. So along with that pick. Now at number 5, I have the Buccaneers taking Jonah Williams, the offensive tackle out of Alabama. Now, we all know that the Bucs like Jameis Winston. They've come out and said that they like him, but at the same time, they need to protect that guy. If they want him to be their quarterback for the future, they need to protect him. So Jonah Williams makes sense. Now, at number 6, we have the New York Giants. I have them taking Dwayne Haskins out of Ohio State. Dwayne Haskins makes sense because not only did the Giants take Saquon Barkley last year, you're also looking at Eli Manning, who's looking at the end of his career. So Dwayne Haskins is probably arguably the best pure pocket passer in this draft class right now. And they feel like he could sit behind Eli Manning, and they can pass the ball on to him. Now, at number 7, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars taking Jeffrey Simmons, defensive tackle out of Mississippi State. This boy can play, but the only problem that we have with him is he's had some domestic violence issues outside of football. But to not take
You
away.
got domestic violence
Yeah.
in football?
Yeah. No, he's had domestic violence with his girlfriend.
You beating up your boyfriend in the locker room?
Yeah. I mean, I see where you can take that, but he's had some off the field issues. But regardless, I think that it makes sense for the Jags to take him because they've reportedly come out and said they are trying to trade Malik Jackson. They still do have Marcellus Darius, but another defensive tackle, I think this kid will work perfect in their system. Now, number 8, we have Detroit. I think they're going to take Greedy Williams, the cornerback out of LSU. And the only reason that this makes sense is that they have Darius Slade Jr. I mean, why not solidify another cornerback at that position to help the secondary out? And also, another fun fact is that the Detroit Lions haven't selected a defensive back since 1998 in the first round. And Greedy Williams fits there. Now, number 9, the Bills. I think they're going to take Jawan Taylor out of Florida. He's an offensive tackle. Last year, they selected Josh Allen. Obviously, they think he's going to be the quarterback of the future, but they need to protect that kid. So Jawan Taylor out of Florida makes sense. Now, with the 10th pick in Denver, I believe they're going to take DeAndre Baker, cornerback out of Georgia. They did let go of Aqib Talib last year, and they did select Bradley Chubb last year, so it only makes sense that they get a cornerback in this draft to help their situation out.
Okay. I like that, man. I like that. I definitely like that. You got a nice defensive draft going on. I see that. Not too many offensive players. And you didn't have Kyler Murray in there. That's real that's questionable right there, because my personal opinion, I think he's going to go top 10, but Black Magic, what you thinking, man? What's your list looking like?
I mean, I have Kyler Murray going with the number 4th overall pick to Arizona. Just saying.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that.
Yeah, Oakland and Arizona. Oakland trades from the 4th spot to the 1st spot to select.
Oh yeah, you did say that. Okay,
Nick
but you didn't go
Bosa.
into Kyler Murray too much. You just didn't go into him too much. We all know about him, goddamn. We all. I feel that. That's a good list though, man. But what you got over there, Black Mag?
All right, then. I'm just gonna keep mine short and simple, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because I was planning on doing all the 32 picks, like, you know, but I wasn't informative, you know, through messages, so I'm gonna have to do top 10 right now, and I'm feeling a little bit better. Thanks.
Sorry, guys, my dog pooed it. Sorry.
Don Mega, but all right. For my first pick, I have the Arizona Cardinals. Of course, the Arizona Cardinals have the first pick regardless, and I have Nick Bosa actually going to the Cardinals. Yes, I have Nick Bosa going to the Cardinals because I think he would match that defensive system, like, actually perfectly, because the defense that they run. I mean, because who else did they really need in offense?
I mean, do you believe that they truly believe in Josh Rosen?
Not fully. They're not fully. They're not fully committed.
Would you? Okay, quick question. So, just side note, but do you believe that the Arizona Cardinals believe that Josh Rosen is their franchise quarterback for the future?
Well, that's a whole different topic for another day, though. That doesn't have anything.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's a whole different.
Like I said,
You know what I mean? We'd get in a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
That was you know.
Like I said, like I'm saying, they're not fully committed, but that's a good question. Possibly, but not fully. All right. Second of all, on my other list, or on my list, I got the San Francisco 49ers, you know, and they're going for Josh Allen.
I like that. Okay, we agree on that pick right there. Okay.
Because that whole he could play both positions. He could play defensive end, and he could play a linebacker at the same time.
Could we possibly be looking at another Khalil Mack, maybe?
Huh?
Let's pump the brakes. Come on. Now we're gonna start comparing them to people. Hey, we don't want to do that yet.
Khalil back to the whole different level.
Yeah.
Okay.
My third pick is, of course, the New York Jets, but I have the New York Jets going for the offensive tackle of Jonah Williams. Because
that'd be a really good move.
A lot of work. That
Wait.
offensive line needs a lot of work.
You got
That's
Jonah.
that boy out of Alabama, right?
Yeah, from Alabama.
Okay, you got Jonah Williams going to the Jets.
Yes, I got Jonah Williams.
Okay.
Jets.
Okay.
Okay. All right, fourth pick. I got the Oakland Raiders, of course. But hey, this is where I got Quentin Williams going to.
Okay.
That's where I got Quentin Williams going to. From Alabama, of course.
Okay.
All right, for the fifth pick, for Tampa Bay, I see them get. Oh my gosh. I see them upgrading that defense, to be honest. I see them getting a cornerback. I see them getting Greedy Williams.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Greedy Williams from...
Explanation on that.
Hmm?
Explanation on that, please.
All right. The explanation on that is because, their defense is just... they got a cool little offense if you think about it. They have a cool system.
They have a really good offense. Yeah, they have really good players.
Good offensive coordinator. They just need to put all the pieces together. But,
but
the reason I picked Williams was because their secondary is kind of iffy.
Quick little thing to throw out there real quick. Gerald McCoy is a free agent, and just saying that defensive line.
He's gonna want some money though. He's gonna want some money.
Yeah.
A guaranteed contract.
Yeah.
You know
Okay.
Not Aaron Donald-esque, but he gonna want some money.
Okay.
So
where you at with the sixth pick?
Yeah.
All right, six. I got the New York Giants, and then I got them getting a quarterback, and I see them getting a Dwayne.
Okay.
Dwayne Haskins. Okay.
I see Dwayne Haskins, because they're desperate. If you see the way their offense has been playing, just lately, as of the past 2-3 years.
Yeah.
It's obvious that he's done. What's his name is done?
Eli Manning.
Eli Manning he's been done ever since he won the Super Bowl.
Right.
I agree with that.
That's already that's just being honest. Cash these facts.
Right.
Yeah. I got a question for you though, real quick. You don't think that they would get Kyler Murray simply because they don't have a line? And they're going to need a quarterback to move around behind that offensive line because we all know that it is not a good line. And Dwayne Haskins does not move. Even his 40, he ran a 5.40. But that was really slow. He's going to have to be able to move around and things. So you don't think they get Kyler Murray over Dwayne Haskins?
Right.
If I can make a case real quick.
Let Black Magic.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Black.
Wait, I didn't even hear you.
Yeah, no, I said considering the Giants' offensive line, you don't think that they would go with the more mobile Kyler Murray?
I think they'll be willing to make trades in the future. But
can I make my case real quick?
Murray,
And I would think he would fit with Saquon a lot, and Odell. They all just are super athletic. I just think that would gel better. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, he's a dual threat. Don't get me wrong. Come on now.
All right, quick case, real quick, and I'll let you get on the rest of your picks. Dwayne Haskins' reason I say he goes to New York Giants is because he is probably by far the best pure pocket passer out of all the quarterbacks in this draft class. Now, with that being said, if he does go to the New York Giants, he does have a OBJ, a Sterling Shepard, and a Saquon Barkley behind him.
But he doesn't
And
have
honestly,
a line in front of him.
But, with that being said, though, real quick, is that he doesn't, yeah, they can still build a line, but if you have those three right there, he can get the ball off quick enough. Hey, I think it works. But anyways, with your 7th overall pick.
All right, then. All right, my 7th overall pick with the Jacksonville Jaguars is Greg Little from Ole Miss, the offensive.
Oh, okay.
To the Jags.
Yeah.
Okay.
To the Jags. The reason I say that is because, like, what I've noticed about the Jags, I mean, they're good, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Blake was a good. Actually, no, he wasn't good. Like, he was.
I was about to say, do not say Blake Bortles was good. Trust me, I like Blake Bortles too, and he's trash.
Blake Bortles always has time, but they have that much time. And then the Jacksonville Jaguars are injury prone. Their whole offensive line, their whole offensive line. Like, and so, like, I feel like he'd be a good fit there because of, you know, of just. I mean, if you've seen the boy play, the boy could block. The boy could block. The boy could block. His footwork, his athleticism, I think.
And they did just get Nick Foles too, so they're gonna want to protect him.
Well,
I can see
officially.
that. That's a good pick.
Not officially.
One second, Lite Brite. 1 second, Lite Brite. 1 second. 1 second.
British? Goodness gracious! All right, 8 pick Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions, I got to get him a defensive end and Clinton Farrell from Clemson.
Okay.
Say that wise because that defense definitely needs some work. And there's no buts about that. That's been shown. It was shown the whole 2018 season.
True.
So I just think, I think he would fit their defense. Like, you know, I don't know how to. Because they run the 3-4 over there in Detroit, don't they?
In Detroit,
yeah, they run a 4-3.
4-3. 3-4.
Yeah, they run a 4-3.
Yeah, and he's a defensive end.
Okay. So, who's your 9th pick?
Saying so they need somebody that could actually just sit there and pass rush. You know what I'm saying? Like, just put all that pressure on you. All right. For Buffalo, number 9, I have Rashad Gray, the defensive lineman from Michigan. That's who I have as my pick. Reason I picked him for Buffalo was because just it's pure Buffalo in general. Buffalo's just. I'm sorry to say this, Buffalo just sucks.
Yeah.
Buffalo's defense.
Yeah, I could agree. Yeah.
Buffalo's defense is just.
I mean, they had a cornerback quit at halftime. Just saying.
They were ranked number 28 in defense.
Yeah. They were terrible.
Once Rex left, that defense did go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that. And then for my number 10, the Broncos, I have Drew Luck, QB from Houston.
You got him going over Kyler Murray?
Yeah.
Wait, Drew Luck from Missouri?
Okay.
Houston.
Drew Luck?
He had a good combine, but
Drew
Lock.
Lock.
Drew Luck, yeah.
From Missouri,
he's from Missouri, not Houston. Yeah, he's from Missouri, bro.
Oh yeah, you said it's Missouri. It's Missouri.
All right, if it's Missouri.
Yeah, it's it.
Yeah. Drew Luck is from Missouri.
All right.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. My last pick.
Sorry, YouTube. Sorry. Instead of catching these facts, he dropped one. It's okay though. We're gonna correct it.
I am not worried.
Yeah, it'd be alright.
Come on, guys.
But so what you got at 10, man?
Those are all my top 10 picks.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We're gonna do the whole draft, but yeah, I had a lot more picks. So I mean, you keep on going.
Yeah.
Mr.
Once again, I will have to say, man, you didn't have Kyler Murray in there. I know I don't want to keep saying his name, but
Hey,
I'm kind of surprised.
hey, check this. The reason I didn't have Kyler Murray in there is because I have sleepers.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll get into that next time. All right.
Well,
Like I was saying earlier, with the Giants, because you had Dwayne Haskins going to the Giants, right?
yeah.
I still I don't see that being a great fit with that line. I just don't. They gotta have somebody that can move around. He just can't move.
Upgrade that line. I am telling you.
Yeah.
It's not the type of system the Giants play, though. But anyways, let's get to Guerrero's
It can
pick.
be.
So
It can be.
let's get to
but-
Guerrero's pick.
I know it. I'm going. Shut up. I'm getting
Oh
there,
no,
okay?
he over
Can I
here
have a- can I have
swaying.
an opinion?
He over here
God
swaying.
dang.
He ready to go.
Dang.
He over
Can I
here
have an
swaying. He's swaying. He ready to give his picks out.
Well,
No, you
check this out. I did like that list, though, Sid. I did like that list, and it's kind of it kind of mirrors that defensive
put it all day.
huh?
I said, Guerrero over here ready to get his picks out. He's been doing it.
Oh yeah, he about to get them off. He about to shoot. He about to shoot rapid fire. All right, Guerrero, man. So
What did I put down?
you know the question. I know you got your top 10 lists ready to go, man. Let me go ahead and hear it. Let me hear it.
All right, Don. So at the number 1 overall pick, I got the Cardinals sticking with the number 1 pick instead of trading away. I have them picking up edge rusher Nick Bosa from Ohio State. Reason being is because, he had 12.5 sacks in 17 games. He's 6'4", 266 pounds, runs a 4.79 40 and a 33.5-inch vertical. So the guy's got hops for his size. And then, the Cardinals defense ranked 26 with points per game allowed. So they need someone to run. They need someone on defense. And Nick Bosa, yeah, he was injured, but he proved that, that injury is not holding him back in the combine whatsoever. I mean, his broad jump was 116 inches. His cone drill was 7.1 seconds. And his 20-yard shuttle was only 4.14 seconds. So he still got the foot movement. He's got the power. I mean, 29 bench press, 225 pounds. The guy's got power.
That's not bad.
But that's why I got at the number 1 is Nick Bosa. Now, number 2, the 49ers, I have them going for Josh Allen, edge out of Kentucky. Kid had 17 sacks in 13 games, the 49ers defense tied at 22nd for sacks in the league. They didn't have that many sacks. They were in the bottom tier in sacks for the league, And you got Josh Allen coming out here with a 4.63 40. I mean, he's speedy for a big guy, 262 pounds.
He's moving, yeah. At
6'5".
265, he's moving.
God, that's beyond speedy for a big guy.
Exactly.
He's moving.
Linebacker?
But so I see them putting him on the edge to close that out for the 49ers. Now, number 3, I got the Jets taking another edge rusher in Rashawn Gary from Michigan. The kid had 38 tackles in 9 games. 38 tackles in 9 games.
Jesus.
He runs a 4.58 40 at 6'4", 277 pounds.
But hey, Guerrero.
What's up?
Something that I've noticed. This something that you're bringing up all their stats from the combine, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna be like that in the.
No, but like I said, this kid had 38 tackles in 9 games. You know how hard it is for players to get that many tackles in just 9 games? Some players go the whole season in the NFL.
Right.
But so that's why I got the Jets going for it. Now, at number 4, I got the Raiders going yet again, another edge, and Clayton Farrell from Clemson. Kid had 11.5 sacks in 15 games. He's 6'4", 264. I think it hurts him a little bit that he didn't showcase his skills in the combine this year. But you got the Raiders their defense was in last place for sacks this year with only 13 sacks the whole year. There's 16 games in the NFL. 16 games. There was 3 games that they didn't get a single sack, basically, if you average it out.
Mhm.
So I got the Raiders going after that kid. Now with the Bucks, now here's where I'm throwing a little loophole, YouTube, because a lot of guys had defensive players going to the Bucks here. Me, I got running back Josh Jacobs from Alabama. 5 point
Wow.
five
Okay.
5 point. He had 5.3 yards per carry this year with 11 rush touchdowns. Okay,
Wait,
he's
who?
he's a little bit Josh
Wait,
Jacobs
who
from
you said?
Alabama
Just Jacobs out of Alabama.
for the Bucks at number 5.
Okay.
He's a little small, he's like 5'10", he's 220, so he's a little more
That's
speedy.
not a small back. That's
But he's
that's
another
a pretty
one.
good sized back.
He's
That's
another
an
one that I think it might hurt him a little bit that he didn't showcase again in the combine. It's another player
Mhm.
that didn't showcase, but like I said, his season stats were really good. And where the Bucks, they average only 3.9 rush yards per carry this season. They're tied at 30th place for rush yards, so they don't really have a running game. They need a running back. Yeah, you got
Mhm.
Jameis Winston, you got Mike Evans, you got Deshaun Jackson, you got O.J. Howard, you can pass the ball, but if you don't have a running game, then every team's defense is just gonna play for your pass game because they know you can't run. So I see Josh
Mhm.
Jacobs going at number 5 to the Bucks. Now with the number 6 pick, the Giants, I agree with my fellow colleagues here that Dwayne Haskins out of Ohio State will go to the Giants. I feel like overall he's the better quarterback going in this with 50 touchdowns and only 8 interceptions in the
You cannot
season.
ignore that 50 touchdowns to 8 interceptions ratio. You can't ignore
Yeah,
it.
he's not.
You can't ignore it.
System, like
And he's not a mobile quarterback. You're right, Dominic. I heard you talking about that. He's not mobile, but you got to look at the offensive coordinator for the Giants. He plans and projects his plays for pocket passers. Okay, and their passer rating for the Giants this year was horrible at 92.7. That's tied for
I thought it
20th
was
this
lower
year.
than that. I thought it was like 72.
Nope.
72.
No, it was 92.7, and they were tied for 20th. So I see the Giants going after Dwayne Haskins. I think he's a better overall, and he's ready to start. I think he could just start out the gate. Will they start him over Eli? I don't know, but I think he can start out the gate. At number 6, I got the Jags. Now, hear me out. I know the Jags just recently came out and said that they're going to go after Nick Foles.
The Jags are number 7, bro.
Well, yeah, number 7. That's where I'm at now. I know that the Jags came out and said they're going after Nick Foles, but hear me out on this, okay? The Jags' passer rating this year was 79.1, so they were 28th in the league. Okay?
Real bad.
Real bad. And hear me out. I know they went after Nick Foles. Nick Foles is a great pocket passer. He's got a little bit of movement to him. But, okay, now if the Jags can do like a wildcat formation or something, I think Kyler Murray would fit with the Jags to learn behind Nick Foles.
Kyler Murray to the Jags.
To learn
Wow.
behind Nick Foles and like pocket passing wise. But imagine putting the Jags in a wildcat formation, having Leonard Fournette on one side and Kyler Murray, who's basically a running back build quarterback, on one side. Now you got a kid who can run the ball, but he can throw the ball downfield. So I think that opens up. I think it opens up the what?
Guerrero. A wildcat formation can only help you out so much. I think like he would benefit more if he was more.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it opened. But that's my point. You just said it. Pistol. It opens the offense up for the Jacksonville Jaguars. It takes pressure off Leonard Fournette, and I think Kyler Murray learning behind Nick Foles. I mean, Nick Foles has proven himself over his time in the NFL. So I think that'd be good for Kyler Murray. So, kid threw 42 touchdowns this year on only 7 interceptions, and he's 5'10". He's got to throw over linemen that are like 6'3", 6'5". He's got to look over these guys.
I'm not going to lie. I just don't think that height matters that much anymore.
Russell Wilson.
I'm not going to lie. Height doesn't matter too much
your 8th overall pick?
But, I mean, so, that's who I got Kyler Murray going at number 7. I think it'd be good for him to learn behind Nick Foles. Now, number 8 with the Lions, I got them going for an edge rusher, Montez Sweat from Mississippi State.
Okay.
Montez Sweat, he had 11.5 sacks, 13 games. He's 6'6", 260 pounds, ran a 4.41. This kid could,
Whoa!
this kid could come off the
My
edge
goodness.
quick.
Wait.
My goodness.
Yeah, he
Montez
ran
Sweat,
a 4.41.
he ran a 4.41. He could be an edge, or he could be a linebacker and probably keep up pretty well with tight ends.
No, he can outrun tight ends.
You know, he can,
Oh.
and he's got a 30.
Police.
He has a 36-inch vertical too. You know, and the defense, and the Lions' defense, you know, they were 25th in total points allowed this season. You know, so they need defense. They need it. I think Montez Sweat, you know, has that speed to get around, you know, those tackles and everything. I think he can do it, and I think he's the answer for the Lions. Now, at number 9, the Bills. Like Black Magic said, YouTube, I do watch the combine. I paid attention, and this kid stuck out to me. I wish he will not go at number 9, but unfortunately, I think the Bills are gonna pick up wide receiver DK Metcalf from Ole Miss.
Metcalf had a great combine. Metcalf had a great combine.
You know,
Especially missing a wide receiver from
yeah, they lost Kelvin Benjamin. But hold on.
yeah, Kelvin Benjamin. Yeah, so
on.
yeah, okay, I see that. So what's up?
The reason I'm choosing DK Metcalf, you know, Lite Brite knows, but this guy, he's 6'3", 228 pounds, and just a side fact for you guys, this kid only has 1.7% body fat. So, you know, that 228 pounds, that's pretty much nothing but muscle.
But
He did have,
0.7 body fat.
dude. This kid had
That's
a better
really low.
had a better vertical than Julio Jones. Bench pressed more than Khalil Mack, and had a fasty 40 time than
But,
Brandon Cooks.
like I'm saying, this kid,
At
so
his
he's
size.
At his size, hold on. At his size, you know, he ran a 4.33, 27 bench press, 40 and a half vertical, you know, and then, you know, he had 26 receptions, 569 yards, and 5 touchdowns in 7 games. So, I mean, this kid, and the Buffalo Bills, you know, they were 31st in pass yards per game. They were 31st. They need a receiver. Josh Allen needs somebody to throw to. And I feel like this is a big receiver who's quick, could play slot, could play number 1, is big. He can out-muscle pretty much any corner in the league right now, out-jump pretty much everybody in the league. And I think he's the answer. I would love to see DK Metcalf fall way down so my team could pick him up, because I would love to have a big receiver like that. But I think he got slept on, and he proved that he needs to be in the top 10 at the combine. He proved to himself that, hey, I'm better at 3 things that some top receivers were the top of when they were at their combine. You know, and he out-bench pressed Khalil Mack. And Khalil Mack is a defensive player, a linebacker. Those guys are built for strength, and this kid just out-bench pressed them. So I see the DK Metcalf going at number 9 for the Bills. Now, number 10.
Number 10.
So what's number 10?
At number 10, the Broncos. Okay, they just traded for Joe Flacco. They needed this trade. They had a passer rating of 82.1. That was 27th in the league, okay?
I know they're mad they couldn't get Nick Foles.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So they just got Joe Flacco. Now, Joe Flacco is coming towards the end of his career, too. He's older. He hasn't been the same Joe Flacco that won the Super Bowl.
Go back. You said... Never mind.
Joe Flacco is coming towards the end of his career, and he's not the same Flacco that you saw in the Super Bowl. You know, he's not the same player. So I see the Broncos going after Daniel Jones, quarterback out of Duke. You know, kid's 6'5", 221 pounds. Yeah, you know, in 36 games, he threw 52 touchdowns, 29 interceptions. So I think he doesn't start right away. He needs to sit behind a veteran. And Joe Flacco is still a pretty good quarterback, and I think he could learn a little bit from sitting behind Joe Flacco. And, you know, he's a little bit mobile, too. You know, he ran a 4.81. For a quarterback that big, that's pretty impressive.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
You know,
he can get away a little bit.
Yeah, he can move. And I think the Broncos could use a backup QB because, yeah, Case Keenum did not do nothing for them this year. They got Joe Flacco, but Joe Flacco is on borrowed time. They need to do something now because say Joe Flacco balls out in his last couple years and they get late picks. They have the 10th pick, an early pick. You need a plan for the future now. I say get a quarterback here. Save him until Flacco goes down. Let him work on his accuracy, work on some footwork, learn behind a veteran. So that way when he comes in, you're not just throwing him to the wolves.
What
He's got a
about
better
Casey
understanding.
Keenum?
I see the Broncos getting rid of Case Keenum. I think they're
I
going to
don't-
trade him.
Hey,
I
but
think
it's
they
still,
trade.
I don't know. I think they'll keep him just as a backup. You know what I mean? He knows the system. As a backup, he's not a bad backup. You know what I mean? If Flacco gets injured, he can come in. He can still run the offense.
what's
It's not going
Flacco?
to look pretty, but it's going to. But like I really like all of y'all's lists. I really, really do. I only have like two things. In my opinion, I think that Oakland probably gets Dwayne Haskins. I think Oakland goes there because we all know that Derek Carr is not going to be in Oakland that much longer. I think they sit him for a year. He'll start next year. They'll get rid of Derek Carr, and I just see I definitely see Kyler going to the Giants, man. I just think that his savvy, it just fits that. It fits them a lot better. Like with the type of players they have, he's that type of player. He's that type of player
No,
that Saquon and Odell are. Like I mean, he just fits there better in my opinion. To be completely honest, and without that line, you can't put a pocket passer behind a bad line, especially a rookie. Like I mean, we'll say he sits, and you know what I mean. Like you know, Eli's still starting, but I just don't see that happening. It's just like Dwayne Haskins' vibe doesn't seem like their kind of style. Not with Odell and Saquon back there. Playmakers. He's a playmaker. Kyler Murray's a playmaker, and that's what New York has, are playmakers. You know what I mean? At any given moment, these guys can take it to the house. You know what I mean? They can take a screen to the crib. You know what I mean? Straight pay dirt. So, I mean, that's the only thing that I have. But I really did enjoy the list, though. You know what I mean? I did educate me some, you know what I'm saying? I got a little bit of knowledge, you know. But, honestly, if I had to choose a list that I would go with the most, it'd probably be Black Mag, man. I gotta say, I agree with Black Mag a little bit. You know what I mean? I like his list. I liked it. I really did. Like, I thought it was kind of compelling. But well, hey YouTube, man, let us know what you guys think. Just, you know what I mean, make sure you smash that like button, and then leave a comment below. And just like we're always taking suggestions on what you want us to talk about. You know what I mean? Well, but yeah, guys, that's this video, and we out of here. Peace.